ARRL Audio News for Friday, May 8, 2015. This program is produced by the ARRL, the National Association for Amateur Radio, and features news highlights compiled from the ARRL letter, found on the web at arrl.org. I'm Sean Kutzko, KX9X. In this week's report, amateur radio continues to provide reliable post-quake communication in Nepal. Nominations are due by May 22nd for the 2015 ARRL Film Again Memorial Silver Antenna Award, and efforts are underway to make the Northern Territories less rare during the ARRL Sweepstakes Contest. Those stories and others, plus Bruce Page, KK5DO with this week's satellite update, all coming up now. Amateur radio has continued to provide reliable communication in the aftermath of the devastating April 25th 7.8 magnitude earthquake that struck an area in and around the capital of Kathmandu. The disaster has so far claimed more than 7,300 lives, and aftershocks on the order of magnitude 4 continued this week. Amateur radio's role, now winding down, has been to provide communication for responders working in more remote regions, as well as to help in locating missing people. It has also served to convey information about casualties. Jayu Bide, VU2JAU, the Amateur Radio Society of India National Coordinator for Disaster Communication, said this week that rescue teams were moved into highly devastated areas such as Pokhara, where their work was hampered by rain and blocked roads. Teams are unable to reach the remotest villages, he said on May 5th. The roads are cut off and no communication is possible. Since then, the rain has let up. Thanks to the efforts of the Computer Association of Nepal USA, or CAN USA, a repeater that the group had donated to Tribhuvan University in Nepal was released from customs on May 5th. CAN USA Disaster Preparedness Committee Chair Suresh Oha, W6KTM, said his organization sought and received help from the U.S. State Department, the U.S. Embassy in Nepal, and Nepal's Ministry of Information and Communication. ARRL Emergency Preparedness Manager Mike Corey, KI1U, said the League has been working closely with amateurs in Nepal to identify equipment needed for the relief effort and was preparing to ship equipment from its ham aid inventory. We're still not able to send anything, Corey said this week, citing transportation and bureaucratic challenges. Last week, arrangements were made for hams from other countries to obtain 9N3 prefix call signs to assist in the earthquake relief effort. Since then, several hams from India have ventured into Nepal. The ARRL has challenged the FCC to do more than talk the talk with respect to an FCC proceeding now underway to accommodate vehicular radar applications on spectrum in the 76 to 81 gigahertz range. In reply comments filed on April 20th, the League rebutted assertions from some commenters and contended that amateur radio and short-range vehicular radar, as proposed by Bosch LLC, are compatible at 77 to 81 gigahertz. ARRL is comfortable with and has embraced this conclusion, the League said in its reply comments. In light of a thoroughly vetted and adopted International Telecommunication Union study already on record, the League said the FCC cannot go along with the suggestions of some industry commenters to exclude amateur radio from the 77 to 81 gigahertz segment. To do so based only upon an assertion of potential interference conflicts in the absence of any evidence of such in the record of this proceeding or prior related proceedings would be an abdication of critical analysis indicative of a lack of reasoned decision-making, the ARRL told the Commission. Bosch, which worked with the ARRL in advance of its petition, has tellingly disassociated itself from other industry commenters who, the League said, cite no actual evidence that typical amateur radio usage in the 77 to 81 gigahertz band would be incompatible with short-range vehicular radar in that frequency range. As it did in its earlier comments in the proceeding, the League stressed that the ITU study definitively establishes the compatibility of automotive radar and amateur radio in the spectrum at issue. The National Public Safety Telecommunications Council, or NIPSTIC, has presented the ARRL with its Heinrich Hertz Award for exceptional devotion to the activities of NIPSTIC and unwavering support of the public safety communications community. The award's namesake, Heinrich Hertz, was among the early wireless pioneers, and his name now is the scientific unit for cycles per second. The Hertz Award is not an annual award, but only awarded when exceptional performance warrants it, NIPSTIC Chairman Ralph A. Haller, N4RH, pointed out in notifying the League of the honor. ARRL President Kay Craigie, N3KN, credited amateur radio volunteers. This award was earned by the thousands of ARRL volunteers whose devotion to service makes our country and our communities better, safer places to live, she said. Haller said the League's achievements and advocacy on behalf of public safety communications professionals are numerous and important and have helped change the face of public safety communications. Now with this week's satellite update, here's Bruce Page, KK5DO.
AMSAT will have its traditional presence at the 2015 Dayton Hamvention at the Era Arena in Trotwood, Ohio on Friday through Sunday. That's May 15th, 16th, and 17th. Look for us at booths 444 through 446 and 433 through 435. There will be the usual activities, including a booth in the ball arena, demonstrations from an area outside the ball arena, and a forum on Saturday, May 16th. This year's AMSAT Forum will be held on Saturday in Room 5 from 11:15 to 1:30 Eastern Time. After the talks, there will be an open question and answer session, which will continue at the AMSAT booth. If you think you will be bored, think again. Speakers this year from AMSAT North America are Barry, WD4ASW, President, Frank, KA3HDO, Vice President for Human Flight, Jerry, N0JY, Vice President of Engineering, Drew, KO4MA, Vice President of Operations, Mike, KC8YLD, Vice President of Education Relations, and Tom, K3IO, President Emeritus, all speaking about their particular areas within AMSAT North America. Hope you can make it. This is Bruce Page, KK5DO for the...
The amateur radio on the International Space Station, or ARISS ham video digital transmitter, has been conducting tests since May 1st in order to check reception of the signal by a network of ground stations in Europe. ARISS Europe Chairman Gaston Bertels, ON4WF, said the test transmissions will continue for as long as ISS onboard operations permit. Ham TV has been sending a blank transmission signal since the camera has not been powered on. The networked European ground stations are receiving excellent signals on 2395 megahertz, Bertels told ARRL. The European network of ground stations is nearly complete. 6 ground stations span the continent in an X formation. Once reliable ground station performance has been established, Bertels said, the ham video transmitter will be used to enhance ARISS school contacts in conjunction with an audio-only VHF uplink. This operational mode is dubbed ARISS ham TV, Bertels said. The ham video transmitter is located in the Russian sector of the ISS Columbus module. It identifies itself as OR4 ISS. The deadline to submit nominations for the 2015 ARRL Philip J. McCann Memorial Silver Antenna Award is May 22nd. The award recognizes volunteer excellence in amateur radio public relations. It honors the memory of Phil McCann, WA2MBQ, who was the first chairman of the ARRL Public Relations Committee. The McCann Award recognizes volunteer efforts to promote amateur radio to the non-amateur community. Each year, ARRL Public Information Coordinators, Public Information Officers, and other public relations volunteers strive to keep amateur radio visible in their communities by publicizing special events, writing media releases, creating media for radio and television, and maintaining good relations with local media, among many other valuable activities. If you know someone who has achieved public relations success on behalf of amateur radio, consider nominating that individual for the McCann Award. The award will recognize a radio amateur who has demonstrated success in amateur radio public relations and who best exemplifies the volunteer spirit of Bill McCann. The ARRL Public Relations Committee will determine a winner, if any, from submitted material, ARRL Board of Directors. The nominee must be a full ARRL member in good standing, may not be compensated for any public relations work involving amateur radio, and may not be a current ARRL officer, director, vice director, or paid staff member, or a member of the current selection committee. Anyone may make a nomination. Nominations must be on an official entry form available on the web at ARRL.org. ARRL Contest Branch Manager Matt Wilhelm, W1MSW, reports that the April SSB Rookie Roundup was a big success. We received a record number of entries, said Wilhelm, who tallied 180 entries, 149 of them from rookies and 31 from non-rookies. Thank you to all the rookies who participated, the Elmers who were there to mentor, and the non-rookies who gave out contacts during the event. Wilhelm noted that some logs received represented multi-operator entries, so 173 rookie operators participated in all. Electronic certificates will go out to the participants in the very near future. Wilhelm said he's already looking forward to the RIDI Rookie Roundup coming up in August. Results for the ARRL SSB Rookie Roundup are now available on the web at ARRL.org.
Hi, I'm ARRL member David McDonald, N5 Whiskey November Bravo from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and you're listening to ARRL Audio News.
In an effort to make the Northern Territories less rare in ARRL November sweepstakes and other events for which it counts as a multiplier, a group is working to make the station of J. Allen of VY1JA near Whitehorse, Yukon Territory remotely accessible and potentially more available. VY1JA is being slowly rebuilt as a primarily remotely operated station, Allen told ARRL. For the foreseeable future, VY1JA operation is going to be handled mainly by guest operators. Some health issues have kept Allen from being able to operate during contests, so he's outsourcing the task. The project group includes Jerry Hull, W1VE, a former ARRL staffer who is handling the technical end, Hal Offit, W1NN, the manager of operations, and Andy McClellan, VE9DX, the digital mode leader. The biggest problem Offit encountered during a recent trial run was unacceptable latency. He said that by the time he stopped transmitting, responding stations were already sending their calls. Hopefully in time and with some work, the delay can be overcome or at least shortened, and this remote arrangement will be a lot easier to use in the future, Offit said. I want other operators who can do it much better than I can to operate while I do the maintenance and building, Allen said. I have great people on board to help. The amateur radio community has done a lot to help me, and making my station available in this manner is my way of returning those favors. And finally, a reminder that there will be no ARRL audio news for the week of May 15th as we attend the Dayton Hamvention. If you will be at Dayton this year, please visit the ARRL Public Relations booth and say hello. ARRL Audio News will return on Friday, May 22nd. The FCC is dropping the regulatory fee to apply for an amateur radio vanity call sign. The change will not go into effect, however, until the required congressional notice has been given. This will take at least 90 days. As the Commission explained in a notice of proposed rulemaking report and order released May 21st, it's a matter of simple economics. The Commission spends more resources on processing the regulatory fees and issuing refunds than the amount of the regulatory fee payment, the FCC said. As our costs now exceed the regulatory fee, we are eliminating this regulatory fee category. The current vanity call sign regulatory fee is $21.40, the highest in several years. The FCC reported there were 11,500 payment units in fiscal year 2014 and estimated that it would collect nearly $246,000. In its 2014 notice of proposed rulemaking regarding the assessment and collection of regulatory fees for fiscal year 2014, the FCC had sought comment on eliminating several smaller regulatory fee categories, such as those for vanity call signs and GMRS. It concludes concluded last summer, however, that it did not have adequate support to determine whether the cost of recovery and burden on small entities outweighed the collected revenue or whether eliminating the fee would adversely affect the licensing process. The Commission said after it provides the required congressional notification, amateur radio vanity program applicants will no longer be financially burdened with such payments, and the Commission will no longer incur these administrative costs that exceed the fee payments. The revenue that the Commission would otherwise collect from these regulatory fee categories will be proportionally assessed on other wireless fee categories. The FCC said it would not issue refunds to licensees who paid the regulatory fee prior to its elimination. When extremely heavy rainfall hit Texas and Oklahoma over the Memorial Day holiday weekend, Amateur Radio Emergency Service and Skywarn volunteers scrambled to assist local emergency operations centers and National Weather Service offices. Severe weather has continued into this week. This has probably been the most significant weather event to hit Texas, ARRL South Texas Section Manager Lee Cooper, W5LHC, said. We have had major tropical storms and hurricane events, but the widespread combination of heavy rains, tornadoes, and flooding all at the same time and covering 2/3 of the state is pretty much unprecedented for us. The fierce torrential rainstorms were in stark contrast to the severe drought the region had experienced in recent years. The floods they generated over the weekend struck with what Texas Governor Greg Abbott called tsunami-type power. The extreme flooding stranded hundreds and has resulted in several deaths. Abbott has declared a state of emergency in Texas and designated some 36 counties as disaster areas. The National Weather Service Houston office posted a rare flash flood emergency warning as the rainfall inundated highways, washing away or stranding countless vehicles. On May 24th, the NWS confirmed that an EF1 tornado had touched down briefly in southwest Houston. At the peak of the rainfall on May 25th, Houston was reported to have received nearly 1 foot of rain in less than 24 hours, comparable to the rainfall that might accompany a tropical storm or hurricane. A VHF repeater that had been held up in customs in Nepal during the response to the April 25th magnitude 7.8 earthquake has been installed at Tribhuvan University in Kathmandu. The new system will be put to use during the current earthquake recovery effort and will be available for any future emergencies. Initially disrupted by a magnitude 7.3 aftershock earlier this month, the installation was completed on May 20th. It is Nepal's first VHF repeater. The country's only other repeater is a dual-band VHF-UHF machine. The first repeater was installed a couple of years ago at the National Society for Earthquake Technology headquarters in Kathmandu. That repeater has been in regular use since the April 25th earthquake. You're listening to ARRL Audio News on your local repeater, including the WA2EHL repeater serving Burlington, New Jersey. Joanne, K9JKM, AMSAT Vice President of User Services, reports that LightSail 1 has stopped transmitting on 437.435 megahertz. According to Planetary Society's website, what happened was data from the telemetry beacon packet is stored in a CSV or comma-separated values file, which can be imported into Microsoft Excel. The manufacturer of the avionic board found a glitch that occurs when this file reaches 32 megabytes in size and causes a crash of the flight system. They corrected the problem, but not in the board that is on board LightSail 1. Late Friday, the LightSail team received a heads-up warning them of the vulnerability. A fix was quickly devised to prevent the spacecraft from crashing, and it was scheduled to be uploaded during the next ground station pass. But before that happened, LightSail's automated chirps fell silent. The last data packet received from the spacecraft was May 22nd at 21:31 UTC. Hopefully the satellite reboot will be successful and the patch can be uploaded to avoid the problem in the future. More information about LightSail can be found at sail.planetary.org and click on Get Mission Updates at the bottom of the page. Thanks to AMSAT News Service for this story. China AMSAT has announced that the CAS-3 amateur satellite system is nearing completion and 6 Chinese amateur satellites will be launched in mid-July. All 6 satellites are equipped with substantially the same amateur radio payloads, a UV mode linear transponder, a CW telemetry beacon, and an AX25 19.2 said that each amateur radio complement has the same technical characteristics, but will operate on different 70-centimeter uplink and 2-meter downlink frequencies. CAMSAT said it has worked closely with DFH Satellite Company Limited, a Chinese government aerospace contractor, to complete the project. All the satellites are currently conducting final testing and inspection, CAMSAT added. 4 of the satellites are described as microsatellites, while 3 are listed as CubeSats. CAMSAT said a Long March 6 rocket will carry the satellites into orbit. The launch will take place at Taiyan Satellite Launch Center. CAS-3A will have sun-synchronous orbits of about 450 kilometers, while the other satellites have sun-synchronous orbits of about 530 kilometers. ARRL offers its Amateur Radio Service to Scouting Award certificate to recognize active scouting leaders who make significant contributions to providing scouts with a memorable and valuable amateur radio experience. Several of the awards already have been presented. Last year, the Boy Scouts of America included the ARRL Award within its family of 19 Community Organization Award partners. Uniformed scouters who have been recognized for their service to scouting youth in the community may wear the Boy Scouts of America Square Knot insignia. The Amateur Radio Service to Scouting Award was officially established through a resolution that the ARRL Board adopted at its 2013 annual meeting. It builds on the long relationship between the Boy Scouts of America and ARRL that began with the development of the Wireless Merit Badge in 1918, now known as the Radio Merit Badge. This relationship was formally recognized through a 2011 Memorandum of Understanding. The League's award recognizes radio amateurs who, as registered scouting leaders, make a significant contribution to give scouts a memorable experience with amateur radio. More information on the award is available on ARRL's website at arrl.org. The window to submit photos for the QST Centennial Photo Contest closes on August 1st. The competition is part of the 100th anniversary of QST, the ARRL's membership journal. The first issue of QST was published in December 1915. Until August 1st, 2015, ARRL members can submit photos for consideration as possible 2015 QST covers. In addition to having their photos grace QST covers, each winner will receive $250. Each submitted image must be in JPEG or TIFF format, have no text overlays such as time or date stamps, and must be accompanied by an email describing the scenes shown, including names and call signs of any individuals shown and of the photographer. All photos with images of anyone under the age of 18 must include a written statement from the minor's parents or legal guardian that permission to use the photo has been granted. Complete information on the photo contest is available on the web at arrl.org. The latest edition of the Amateur Radio Emergency Service, or ARES Manual, dated March of 2015, is now online. This edition includes various incident command system forms for ARES use, clarifies the role of the Radio Amateur Civil Emergency Service, or RACES, contains an improved chapter on ARES training, and includes all current ARRL Memoranda of Understanding and Agreement. ARES consists of amateur radio licensees who have voluntarily registered their qualifications and equipment for communication duty and public service when disaster strikes. Every licensed amateur, regardless of ARRL membership, is eligible to apply for ARES membership. The 2015 ARES Manual may be downloaded from the web free of charge at www.arrl.org/ARES. And finally, the Hurricane Watch Net will hold a 2-day on-air special event on June 13th and 14th to celebrate its 50th anniversary. Hurricane Watch Net members will be using the call sign WX5HWN, operating on 14.325 megahertz, but with stations active on or near 7.268 megahertz as well.
WH6TAT Hawaii All-Star Simplex.
Our net control stations located around the continental United States, eastern Canada, the Caribbean, Mexico, and Honduras We'll all use WX5HWN as we pass the virtual baton from member to member, explained Hurricane WatchNet Manager Bobby Graves, KB5HAB. This will mark Hurricane WatchNet's first on-air activity using WX5HWN. Electronic certificates will be available by request for valid contact. You can visit the Hurricane WatchNet website for more information. That concludes ARRL Audio News for this week. Our thanks to all contributors to this week's report. ARRL Audio News is produced by the American Radio Relay League, the National Association for Amateur Radio. For more information on amateur radio or the ARRL, visit us on the web at ARRL.org. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter by searching for ARRL. If you have a question or comment about ARRL Audio News, email us at audionews@arrl.org. This program is copyright 2015 ARRL. All rights reserved. Until next week, I'm Sean Kupko, AX9X 73, and thanks for listening.
This is N6 Obi. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned to Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net. N6 Obi clear.
So they're going to connect the net. And we can see who all checks in. Maximum it's going to take is 5 minutes. Usually they get it up quicker.
N3CMD, testing 1, 2, 3, 4. N3CMD will start the Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net in 2 minutes.
2 minutes. I want to hear some people from other countries today. Come on, people. Check in when they ask. Yeah.
This is November 3, Charlie Mike Delta, activating the Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net. The handle here is Julian. I will be your net controller tonight.
Good afternoon. The time is 4 o'clock p.m.
The purpose of this net is to teach the protocols and procedures of a net. As always, constructive feedback is encouraged. All licensed amateurs are invited to check in and participate. We would like to thank all node sysops in this group for the use of the network. This is a formal net with all net activities directed through net control. We encourage the use of ITU phonetics. The use of the word break should only be used to interrupt regular net operations in the event of an emergency. This net covers the All-Star networks located on all of the Hawaiian Islands and many states in the continental U.S. and beyond. We have RF links comprised of VHF and UHF repeaters and simplex nodes. Most have 3-minute timers, but a few still only have 2-minute timers. There is also some occasional internet delay in the system. Therefore, we encourage users to do a minimum 2-second reset every minute or so between transmissions. This will ensure all transmissions are heard by everyone. This concludes the preliminary announcements. We have someone to function as alternate net control tonight. Your job will be to back up net control, copy check-ins, and pick up what net control misses. If you have never been an alternate net control on this system before, now is the time to get your feet wet, get your pencil and paper, and call net control now. This is N3CMD located in Mapleton, Utah. We don't hear anyone, so we'll proceed. Maybe there's someone who'll jump in as we move along. One more call looking for an alternate net control before we proceed.
N3CMD from NR7Y. I'll be happy to do that, Julian.
Thank you, Lawrence. NR7Y recognized as alternate net control tonight. Lawrence located in South Jordan, Utah. This time we'll proceed with check-ins. Again, when checking in, please give your call sign using ITU phonetics, followed by your name and location. I will be verifying check-in, so please leave space for net control to respond after each check-in. I think what we'd like to do tonight, I'll start on the west end of the islands, Kauai and Oahu, and then we'll take a break, see if there are any guests that want to check in. I would call for guests right out, but they might be a little shy because they haven't checked in before, so we'll let some check-ins proceed, and then we'll call for some guest check-ins, if any. All right, we'll take check-ins from Kauai and Oahu. Please call now. Over.
NH7CJ, Matt, Island, Kauai, in and out, Julie, 73, Aloha. Back to you.
6HI, Missouri, Kauai, Jim. That recognizes NH6CJ, Ben. Good evening, in and out. Nice to have you there, and thanks for checking in. And NH6HI, Jim. Thanks for the script. I got everything in time. Any other stations from Kauai or Oahu? Please come now. Correction on Matt's call. It's NH7, not NH6. Jim, thanks. I wrote down NH7, CJ, and I was looking at you. That's how that came out. Thank you. All right, let's see if there's any visitors or any first-timers from anywhere that want to check into our net tonight, the Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net. Please come now.
Big Island
Whiskey India. Come back again sometime. Any other first timers wishing to check in, please come now. Okay, let's go to Maui, Molokai, and Lanai. Any check-ins for the Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net? Please call now. Over.
This is W6, Charlie Whiskey Mary, Big Island. Sunny is the name. Check-in.
Good evening, Sunny. Let me have your prefix. What is it? Charlie Whiskey Mike, your prefix. Over.
6, Charlie Whiskey Mary. Back to you.
So is that Kilo Hotel 6 or Whiskey Hotel 6, Sunny?
Whiskey Hotel 6.
All right, thank you. Any stations from Maui, Molokai, and Lanai? Please call them.
WH6TAT Hawaii All-Star Simplex Node TL Tone 110.9.
Okay, we'll go to the Big Island of Hawaii. Any other check-ins from the Big Island? Please call N3CMD Net Control for the Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net tonight.
This is NE6OV, Big Island, Hawaii, east side. Name here is Liebert. I'll in and out there, Julian, go ahead.
Coming strong on that helo
Hey, Liebert, got you in and out, and I think I was late getting here. I think you ran the newsline tonight. Thank you very much. Any other stations from the Big Island? Please come now.
This is NH6M November Hotel 6 Mike, Kailua, Kona, Hawaii.
Hey, we acknowledge NH6M, Kailua, Kona. Thank you for checking in. Anyone else from the Big Island? Please come now.
Scott, Quebec, Mexico. Handle here is Henry, located on the Big Island of Hawaii. No traffic, over.
Choke Big Island.
It was a double, but I got you, Henry, KH6GQM. Who was the other station, please? Come now.
Someone's trying to talk story.
Still intermittent on you. Just take your time and try one more time, please. This is N3CMD, net control. Hey, Jim, I got you that time. WH6TAT in and out. Anyone else from the Big Island? Okay, let's move to the West Coast, the Pacific and Mountain time zones. Any check-ins for the net tonight? Please come now.
What? Where's all the Cali people?
About Central and Eastern time zones. Central and Eastern time zones. N3 CMD net control for the Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net looking for check-ins from the Central and Eastern time zones.
This is Kilo Delta 8, Lima Yankee Bravo, Linda, Brownwood, Texas.
This is Kilo Delta 8, George Victor Ocean, Phil, Brownwood, Texas.
This is Kilo Foxtrot 5, Yankee Uniform Bravo, Mike in Zephyr, Texas.
Oh, that's what's up, dude. The delay for the internet's fucking long to reach the mainland. Because now they're all.
Okay, we acknowledge Kilo Delta 8, George Victor Oscar, Phil, good evening. And Kilowatt Foxtrot 5, Yankee Uniform Bravo, Mike from Zephyr, good evening to you. Phil, on the dispatch side, any check-ins further from your location?
Yeah, Lima Yankee Bravo, Kilo Delta 8, Lima Yankee Bravo also checked in before me there. Go ahead.
Oh, I must have missed that. Sorry. I have her checked in now. Thank you, Linda.
I heard that loud and clear.
Okay, any stations from anywhere, international, from the mainland or from the islands, wanting to check in, first-timers or otherwise, please call N3 CMD net control for the Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net. Now, hearing none, we'll call for some more check-ins as we go for a round of informal comments here. So far, I count 13. Lawrence, what's your count? Over.
It's not that much. Oh, I guess it's summer. That's why.
That concurs. I got 13 also.
Any more check-ins, Travis?
Hey, well, contrary to what the weatherman said, we were supposed to have a lot of rain today, but it was in the low 70s with the sun shining, and it was a really beautiful day. We got a new LDS temple dedicated today in Payson, Utah, so that'll open for public service beginning this coming Tuesday. Again, thanks to Liebert for the newsline, and thanks, Lawrence, for backing me up here tonight. So we'll go to you, Lawrence. Your turn. NR7Y, N3CMD.
Yeah, N3CMD in the net. Good evening, everyone. Everybody's sounding good tonight. Yeah, not much to report here, other than, boy, that weather last night here in Salt Lake Valley was something. A lot of fireworks going on, thunder and lightning, wind and rain, which is probably what we need here in the valley, anyways, in the desert. Other than that, thanks for taking the net, Julian, and Liebert for doing the news line. Hope everyone's having a good week. So back to you, Julian, N3CMD from NR7Y.
NR7Y, N3CMD. Yeah, the weather was goofy. I know Provo, they had some events that were postponed for about an hour because of the heavy rain, but we never got one drop here, just 12 miles to the south. Oh well, that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. Let's see, Matt was in and out, NH7CJ. You around, Matt, or you gone? Tim, your turn, NH6HI from Kauai.
N3CMD.
All right, N3CMD in the net, NH6HI. Thanks for doing the net this evening, Julian. I don't have a whole lot to report except that I moved my beacon this week. It is now in Lihue on 28.2923 and up and running again. So, anyways, I don't have a whole lot more to report. So I'll put it back to you. N3CMD, NH6HI.
Thank you, Jim. What power do you run on the beacon? Just about 5 or 10 watts or less, over.
2 watts. It's a J.C. Penney CB radio converted to 10 meters. And 2 watts CW.
That'd be something cool to see.
That sounds good. That's a good service that you do at 10. Thank you very much.
It's looking hard.
Let's see. WHCHI, Doug, in and out. Are you still there or are you gone, Doug? Okay, let's go to Whiskey Hotel 6, Charlie Whiskey Mike. Sunny on the Big Island, your turn.
Yeah, this is Charlie Whiskey Mary. Back to you.
It's squeezed the button or something, Sonny. We didn't get the first part. All we got was back to you. Any comments? Go ahead.
We're on the east side. Not much going on. Just some nice weather, cloudy, forget. Rain, business and sunny again. Back to you.
Whiskey Hotel 6, Charlie Whiskey Mike. Thank you, Sonny. Thank you for the weather report there. And, sounds like pretty typical weather. Let's see. Liebert, NH6OV, if you're still there, otherwise we'll keep going. NH6M, Dewey, Kailua, Kona, your turn.
This is NH6M, Vine Business, and we got high overcast, have rain on and off most of the day, but most of the afternoon, rather. We did get a tad bit of sunshine in the morning. That's about it for Kona for today. Back to you, NH6M.
WH6.
Hey, Dewey, thank you. It's always good to hear you. KH6GQM, Henry, how things with you? Over.
This is KH6GQM. Fine business there, Julian. No problem. Nice weather over here. It's been good days for, let's say, the past 3 days. Today and the past 2 days, so good weather. So can't complain at all. And to Liebert, thanks for the news line. Good copy. And nice to hear everybody on, especially people from the mainland. So with that, nothing further from this end. So N3CMD, K6GQM.
Hey, Henry, thank you very much. Thanks for being there. Thanks for your weather report. Jim was in and out, but let's see. WH6TAD, you still there, Jim, or you gone? Okay, KD8LYB, Linda, N3CMD, your turn.
This is KDAGVO. Yes, good evening, everybody. Just made it home in time for the net there. Great day, beautiful day out there today. Busy church this morning. Come home, relax a little bit, and back to church again this afternoon. So, it was a easy day today. I had a garage sale going on, and all weekend there. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's been a busy week last week. And, we're going to try it again this weekend there. We got so much items there to sell, so might take a while there. And I also got, I'm pretty sure Serge down there is listening down there in Florida. Hopefully he'll be checking in later. Okay, I haven't heard him check in yet, but what's that? I think it was KM4 KUH. Yeah, so we'll see. If not, I'll give him a Lima call down there. Maybe he's taking a nap. And then I also sent a little scanner to my cousin down there in Kauai. So she is probably listening to us out there right now. So hi, Mary in Kauai. Okay. Anyway, with that, you take care. And aloha. Everybody sounding great out there. Okay, you guys take care. Okay, KDH GBO, Brownwood, Texas. Back to Net Central.
KDH GVO. Thanks, Phil. Thanks for your report. Good luck on your garage sale. Linda, want to jump in now? KD8 LYB, your turn.
Yes, thank you. This is KD8 LYB, Linda, Brownwood, Texas. Hope you all had a good week. We've had hot, and hotter, and very hot today. But that's good. We had a lot of rain, so everything's growing. Everything's looking good. I've been off for 5 days from regular work, getting going on this garage sale. So I think it's going to take a month to get rid of all this stuff. So if you need anything, just text us, holler, send an email, and we'll be glad to check it out and let you know what we have. Looking forward to a new week, and we're going to reset. I don't have words of inspiration. Maybe they are, but I just felt tonight like I had to make a statement. And this is one that I found someone else had posted, so I'm just sharing it with you. And it is something you should have in your thoughts every single day. No one who fights for this country should have to fight for a job, a roof over their head, or the care that they need when they come home. I hope you keep the soldiers in your hearts and your prayers every single day, because you may not see them, but they are out there doing their duty to protect this country and yourself. I hope you'll have a great evening. Aloha, y'all. KD8 LYB, Linda, Brownwood, Texas.
KD8LYB and 3CMD. Thank you, Linda. Thank you for your comments. Always appreciated as usual. My only comment is amen. All right, Mike. F5 Yankee Uniform Bravo. Mike and Zephyr, your turn.
KF5, why you? And 3CMD, thanks for taking the night, Cap. Great to be, just glad to be back on the system again. Been off for a little while. Tried to check in last week and I missed out. Did something kind of weird, but things are growing down here. We got a few vegetables out in the little garden. We got some wild vegetables growing up around the chicken coop from feeding the chickens, leftovers, and we got a pumpkin growing up there around the chicken coop. It's kind of wild. And like I said, we've got good weather. Our lake's about full, so that's good for us. Anyways, N3CMD, KF5YUB back tonight.
Thanks, Mike, and we did miss you. Good to have you back. Let me just take a standby. Any other stations wishing to check into the All-Star Mainland Hawaii Net, please call now, N3CMD.
Kilo Hotel 6, Mike, Echo India, in and out. Thanks for taking this. Cat Control, please acknowledge Whiskey Hotel 6, Delta Whiskey Fox Todd in Waikiki.
Todd, thank you very much. W86 DWF. Your turn. Your comment. GBO N3CMD. I tried to call Sergio. I didn't get anything.
Roger. Yeah, N3CMD. I'm on Lima with him right now. He said he don't hear anybody. He gotta maybe reset his client there. I'll have him reset there. All right, KDH video. Thank you. Back to Net Central.
Okay, well, we'll be here for just a little bit. Any other check-ins for the Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net? Please come now. Not 7Y N3CMD. I come up with total 14 now. And if Sergio checks in, that'll be 15, but I haven't heard him yet. Over.
Yeah, Julian, we might have missed one. K6MHI. You might want to check with that one. Go ahead.
Kilo Hotel 6, Mike Hotel India. Kilo Hotel 6, Mike Hotel India. You there? Over.
And that's why we have a master and a submaster. Sometimes people make mistakes.
Yeah, Julian, it's Kilo on Hotel 6, Mike, Echo India. Wayne, Honolulu. No traffic, no comments. Thanks for taking the note.
Yeah, sorry I missed you. I thought I heard a double in there, but thanks for checking in. Okay, that makes 15. Lawrence, over.
Yep, that's what I got, Julian. NR7Y.
Okay, are there any final announcements for the net this evening? Please call in 3CMD. Any stations with comments, questions, or other traffic for the net? Please call now. Okay, there'll be a regular session on node 40927. Remember, before connecting to this node, disconnect from the system. 40927 is a standalone node. This net is voluntary, and everyone is invited to participate as net control or alternate net control. If you would like to act as net control, contact A860D or N86HI, and we will schedule you in. Email address is good in QRZ. This is a good chance for you to hone your skills in the event that you happen to be first responder in an emergency situation. Join us again every Sunday evening on the Amateur Radio Newsline on or about 0125 UTC, followed by the net at 0200 UTC. Say good evening to everyone. Thanks again for participating. This net is officially closed at 0230 UTC. This is N3CMD. I declare.